everybody. Rob from the Guitar Shop.
We're back.
We're back with a vengeance.
Were you getting all that sustained because that one has a bone nut?
Possibly. Let's talk about these little details. Mccarty 594. Guitar a lot of you folks have been waiting for. So this guitar, I have to say, when PRS came out with the single cut SC245 with a two-piece bridge, it sounded more refined than a Les Paul. A lot of us preferred it to a Les Paul. But it didn't sound exactly like a Les Paul. Carter's giving the thumbs up. This guitar, the Mccarty 594, sounds pretty much exactly like a Les Paul. We've been A-B'ing it against collector's choice guitars like the Pearly Gates and whatnot, and the best Gibson can do. And I have to say that this guitar has all the scrang and skrunk and bite of a Les Paul.
The skrunk.
It's
the
got
skrunk is like that mid kind of blankety sound with the honk above it and the
no, the skrunk is around the honk. It's the scruff of the honk.
Oh, the skrunk. Grab that honk by the skrunk.
Yeah, by the skrunk. It's kind of like the meatiness of the scruff and skrunk. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that make this guitar sound more like a Les Paul than the previous guitars, and it's not the switch being up here.
It's the switch being up there, I'm sure of it.
Well, let's look at a bunch of the other features. This guitar is dressed in slimming black, so you don't see it very much, but even though it is a double cut, it's a single cut body depth, so it's a thick body like a Gibson Les Paul would be. Scale length is 24.594 inches, which is apparently the magic vintage Gibson scale length. This guitar's got a bone nut. Boom, 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 boom. They dress the frets a little bit differently, more like the way Gibson dresses frets, which is a little bit flatter on top, so there's not as much of a peak. And the fret dressing, the nut combined with the scale length gives you a bit of that darker tone you would expect out of a Les Paul. Two-piece bridge as always. It has a 5815 low wind pickups, which breathe a little bit more vintagey sounding. And she is a cool sounding guitar.
Old birds too.
Old birds. Happy to see the return of these fellers. No outlines. Shell, no plastic, no nonsense. Old man birds. Anyways, if you're a Les Paul dude and a PRS dude and said, why don't my PRSs sound exactly like a Les Paul? Here she be. We like it.